Your generosity discipleship experience might take place in a Sunday school or in a home after dinner. You may decide that you want to run a generosity camp, perhaps over a 1 or 2 day weekend or a holiday. And a lot of the leaders have done this. They've taken the sessions out of order, so not necessarily sequential, session 1, 2, and 3. They've looked at different sessions in the booklet, and they've decided to form a theme. For example, holistic generosity. They chose 3 or 4 of the sessions, and they decided to build a camp around those sessions. You can do that too. Whatever you decide to do, be creative. Each GDE session can last anything from 30 minutes to an hour or even longer. You decide based on your needs, your children, and your community. So let's have a look at the 7 tips we've compiled as you plan to run a GDE. Number 1, your purpose and theme. So if you're running the GDE as a camp, say a 1 or 2 day vacation Bible school, try to have a theme and then build your camp around that. Second, estimate the number of children that you expect and make sure that you have enough volunteers for the amount of children. So for example, if you're expecting 30 children, then maybe you only need 2 or 3 volunteers. If you're expecting more than 100 children, as we've had in some places, in the one country, we had 630 children arrive for the GDE camp. And for something like that, you want to make sure that you have around 2 facilitators per 15 to 30 children. The reason is that it can become really difficult to manage that larger group of children if you only have a small amount of volunteers. Assign your volunteers clear roles. That's number 3 there. For example, we suggest a camp director who keeps a bird's eye view over everything, a station leader, perhaps a logistics leader, kitchen and nutrition leader, and then perhaps some media teams. You do want to have someone in charge of filming the fun activities, perhaps for your church, and do send us those videos. They don't have to be completely edited. We love to see. Number 4, we have age groups. So set up stations for different age groups. You can also organize color-coded age groups. For example, give them a yellow band for ages 6 to 7 or whatever the case may be. It really, really makes a difference if you're running a camp to be organized, keeping the children together, also for security purposes. Ask your group leaders to guide the children or the groups between the different stations. So in the GDE, you'll see there is a game, gather, and there's a giving challenge. And so we normally start with a game. You don't have to start with a game, but it's really nice to start with a game and get all their energy worked out before you move to the gather station, where it's a little bit more reflective and watching the video, where there'll be questions. Let them get rid of their energy first. Number 5, we have learning and activities. So a suggestion is to set up 4 stations. As I said, the GDE's game, gather, and give stations, as well as a suggested counseling station. It's always a good idea to have an opportunity for children who may need counseling. Station management is number 6. For big groups, add substations. For example, maybe you want to have 2 gather stations with leaders for each small group activity. If you have 600 children or even 200 or 100 children, it's going to be really tricky to play the game with 100 children. So break them up into age groups or break them up into different colors. Have some fun with station management. And then logistics support. Prepare supplies, meals and snacks, plus first aid, and think of weather backup. I hope these tips sparked some new ideas for your own GDE. In the next video, we'll take you through a GDE demo so that you can see how it all fits together.